So in the Shades of Intimacy workshop, it sounds like you guys are, in a sense, willing to go almost anywhere with the participants. So it sounds very co-creative, and they bring things to the pot and you bring things to the pot. So what I'd like to understand a little bit better is this concept of, let's say a participant comes to you and maybe it's a woman and she is very kind of light in her energy. She's very bubbly. She's very light, right? So a lighter energy. And perhaps she realizes her man may need something a little bit darker, a little bit earthier, and she recognizes that, but maybe she has no map to get there. So how do you kind of work with maybe light and dark energy? How do you help people navigate that piece of it?
First of all, I want to say, we as facilitators have a plan, so to speak, an idea of where we want to take people. So it's a creation that we're offering, but it is co-creative. Everyone has to do their part in the audience. It's a type of a play, a show that goes on. It's an entertainment. So if they need a different type of story or a different set of exercises by their own personal experiences, then we adjust and navigate to them. So that is very true. Now, when we talked about the two energies, the masculine energy and the feminine energy, there's also distinctions and flavors on those. So if a woman comes and says, maybe I need to learn how to embody feminine energy, that's one thing. There's just some core feminine energy processes to learn. But what you're now pointing to, which is where it really starts to get more interesting, is the little flavors and distinctions on that feminine energy. So how do you run feminine energy of a darker vibration, a heavier vibration, or it could be the reverse of a lighter vibration? And so one of the scales that we do use is a light vibration and a dark vibration. It's called the Shades of Intimacy for a reason. And we do a lot of other vibrations as well. And what we'll do is we'll specifically not just teach women how to embody their feminine, but to embody their light feminine and their dark feminine, all through their hearts, so that it is their deepest expression of love. So all of these colors, I mean, you think if you were an artist and they said, okay, here's some blue, paint me a painting, right? I mean, it'd be a boring painting, it'd be blue. And you want the full palette of colors, so there's streaks of red, there's black, there's, brown, there's vomit, there's all these colors on the painting, and so the artist has everything to work with.
And I think that's exactly what we're trying to do, is that most relationships in sexuality have been doing the same thing over and over and again, and it's flat, and it's dull, and it's boring, and it kills the sexual energy because it doesn't have depth. It doesn't have new light or dark. It doesn't have those shades. And I think that in the porn industry, they figured out very quickly that that was the weakness in society. And so they capitalized on trying to go into the areas that most people are afraid to go. And that's what creates it being so popular. And I'm saying, well, what if you come to the Shades of Intimacy workshop and you actually learn to inhabit or embody some of those flavors on your own, so they come into your intimacy and nobody has to go looking outside of them for outside the relationship for those colors, for those flavors, for those shades. And I think all of us have a preference. I mean, you see women that they like being dark, they just love being dark, and that's their fun place. They love to be mysterious, and they love to be a little bit heavier in their energy or a little bit more overt in their energy field. But again, what we're trying to do is light and dark, not good and bad. It's not about good and evil. It's about that we all have these flavors. We all have those places that we feel really passionate and we feel really intense about something and we get really turned on, and that to some people would seem to be dark, but that's not bad, especially in your intimacy with your partnership. In fact, your man might really love that. If you are a woman and you try to go into this darker place, he's like, oh my gosh, this is awesome because I haven't seen that kind of energy before coming out of you. And you learn a lot about yourself too. It's like where you're afraid to go is usually where you're suppressing a tremendous amount of energy. And the moment you embrace like going into a place that you're scared of going, all of a sudden you free up all this energy and you have a lot more energy to work with, and you'd be amazed at how that changes your entire life just by embodying something you're afraid to embody. It's a beautiful experience.